Okay, we're back with another idle game extravaganza. I'm gonna play some background music from my nephew's soundtrack like last time, since most of these games don't have sound and I don't want them running in the background. Um, so we're gonna be doing 4 of the same 5 games from last time: Idle Loops, Idle Superpowers, Realm Grinder, and Antimatter Dimensions. And then since we basically beat Shark Game or tapped out the unique content, we're gonna replace that with Idle Wizard. We're going to do the same thing as last time, where I'll put an unlisted version of this VOD on YouTube if someone wants to watch the whole stream back to back, but instead I'm going to chop it up into each individual game. So if you want to just see one of these games, you'll be able to watch the timer in the corner there to see how much time passed in between jumps between titles. Starting with Idle Loops here. So I did spend a little bit of time studying the VOD from last episode to try to make sure I remembered how the heck all these games work. I think this was one of the most interesting games we played, although that's really, really poorly tutorialized. It took me basically the entire session last episode to understand how this game works, because it doesn't really explain anything to you. But I think I get it now, and I think I have a plan to maybe progress it slightly differently. So let me go ahead and make sure I've imported properly here. So the gist of this game is that you're in like a Groundhog Day loop, and you like break a potion or something, and it immediately sends you back in time like every second or something. So the first thing you have to do is break a bunch of pots around you looking for extra mana to keep you in your current time loop longer before it forcibly resets. And what I've done at the start is I've explored about 84% of the starting area. I've found 41 pots with mana in them that I can smash to extend the loop slightly. I've also found some locks that I can pick to get money, and I can use the money to buy more mana. But what I think I want to do here, just to kind of take advantage of this running in the background, is just focus entirely on looking for getting 100% exploration so we can get as many pots and as many locks as possible. So I'm going to try dropping this down to 1. Guess I'll max that one out. And we're just going to do wander. I think if I do repeat last action, it'll just wander repeatedly until it runs out. Now, because I haven't played this game in like over a month, it's going to move at 5x speed for basically the entire stream, so that's nice. I didn't have that last time we were playing, so we should be able to see a little bit more progress in the game this time. It looks like it's using my old instructions here. So my old instructions were pick a bunch of locks, buy the glasses, buy some mana, do some exploring, and then meet some people. But I'm going to skip the meet people stage for now until I do all the exploration. I can probably turn these off lootable first so that it fully explores any extra locks or pots that come in. Because basically only 1 in every 10 pots has mana in it, and only 1 in every 10 locks has gold behind it. So I need to actually resolve these 10 unexplored pots and 3 unexplored locks. Oh, I need to do the order. I have the order wrong here. I need to buy the glasses first and then sell the remaining gold for money. That's right. So glasses make the wander action more efficient. Things I unlocked last time that I haven't explored. I haven't tried doing short quests yet. Short quests give 20 gold as a reward, which is probably better than what is better than what I'm getting from lockpicking. And it looks like it levels up basically all of my stats. My understanding of the way these stats work is that every loop, all of my stats in purple reset to 0, but I get a small amount of progress that's like permanent that goes across loops. So like I think it's called talent is the orange. I'm talent level 4 in dexterity. That's what I carry over from loop to loop. I guess I'm the highest level in speed right now, which I think makes the pot smashing faster. Yeah. Also, while I was clicking around before stream, I noticed that there is actually story text in this game, but it's hidden behind this arrow. Action stories. I'm just going to read through these real quick because I saw like one of them and I'm like, I'll save this for stream. So this updates every time you get to different thresholds of exploration of the town that you start in. Since we're about 80%, you can say we've explored the houses. We've tried every single feasible path in the village. We haven't gotten to 50 pots with mana yet, so I'm guessing that's the maximum value once we fully explore the place. But I'll keep looking. This explains what happens the first time you pick a lock and you don't actually find one with gold in it until you find a few houses with loot. Okay, so this seems to imply that there's a maximum of 50 pots with mana and a maximum of 10 houses with money. I guess that would make sense once I get to 100% explored here. The glasses just is a thing you have to pay for to make exploration more effective. I think they're doing a little, like, Twilight Zone gag with them, right? Yeah. That's not fair. There was time now. There was all the time I needed. Meet people. I have no idea what this does. It looks like it unlocked quests. Yeah, unlocked at 5% people met. Maybe it unlocks other things in the town. I haven't done strength training at all. I think the reason you do strength training is to just literally grind the stat when the game is actually idle, as opposed to when you're playing it somewhat actively like I'm doing now. Like you would just do it in order to get the passive talent levels that carry over between loops. But it's really expensive to do, so I'm probably not going to bother with it for now. And then I haven't done a short quest before, so let me see how much mana I have to spare, how many times I do this explore step. Maybe I can fit in a single short quest. Yeah, I do like 6 or 7 of them. Okay. I'll pop one in here. I guess I'll sell the mana that I get from it after this loop. I'm going to turn off lootable first here to make sure that they actually check the other pots. It means I'm going to end up with a bunch of failed loops. But it's okay because I don't have it set to pause when a loop fails. I'm going to get trouble from this lock, I think. Oh, the short quest is super easy to do. Okay. Can I fit in more than one maybe then? It lets me train a couple skills that I just haven't touched at all yet, like luck and soul. So that might be worth doing long term. Turn the audio up slightly here. Don't want it to be overpowering. I might just want to quickly scan through all of my available locks. I guess it doesn't really matter that I do locks right now. I'm going to leave that unlootable first, because I should just be able to, once I get to 100% explore, just check all of them, and it shouldn't be a big deal. See if I can squeeze in a third short quest. If I can, I'm going to switch off this game here soon. I want to come up with something that I can do to leave this running while it's idle, while I'm going through the other 4 games, and I don't want to hit 100% explored and have it still be exploring and wasting time. Looks like 3 quests are fine. Try 4 quests. I'm going to keep increasing that until I get in trouble, I guess. I don't know if it makes sense to do a really, really short loop over and over and over very fast, or to make a longer loop. Because I think one of the advantages of a longer loop is that you gain these stat points, and wandering costs, like it's cheaper based on your stats and constitution, speed, perception, charisma, and luck. So maybe like the more short quests I can squeeze out, the more wander actions I'll be able to do in a single loop. And I guess it probably makes the grinding aspect a little bit better. 4 is too many, isn't it? Okay, 4 is too many, 3 is the most I can do. I'll go ahead and restart it. I might just leave this up and come back to it in between every other game. I think this one requires a little bit more micro for now, but maybe I'll eventually unlock something where I can just let it run for an hour and not have it stall out. So we're going to go from this to Idle Wizard next. So we're at 100% explored, so I'm glad I'm checking. Let me pause this. So we're going to get rid of exploration because that's pointless now. And we've already found all the pots, so this doesn't matter. There should be a new story for that, I assume. Smashed every pot in the village, figured out all the pots that contain mana. Having to break them all physically was time-consuming. There's nowhere in this town you haven't been. You've been in every cellar, under every bed, and in every closet. Okay, so locks. Let's check all of the locks now. And I think it's going to be 50 pots and 10 locks. I don't know what I'm doing after that. I guess I'm going to try to unlock Investigate, which is going to require me to meet people. So I'll set this to meet people and then come back to it. I think last time I had it set to pause on failed loop, which was causing me to not make any progress whenever I was switched off of it. So I think having that turned off is the right call here. Okay, 2 more regular locks and then I can actually adjust this. Hey Kara, how you doing? Alright, let's get this down to 10 locks. We still buy the glasses. Now I don't think I can do 10 locks without running out of mana. Yeah, I can only do 6 to start. So we do 6, buy mana, and then I can do the rest of my locks as 4. Okay. 4 more locks there. Go ahead and restart it. I don't need the glasses anymore because I'm not wandering, so I can just dump that. Then I guess I don't really need the quests. I guess the quests help me to level up a bit. I only have the one short oh, I misunderstood. This was a waste before because I only had one quest I could do. I guess you get more quests by meeting more people. So I'll do one quest, get the mana for it, and then I'll do meet people, repeat last action, and see how much meeting I can get. Because I think that's the next thing that's blocking me from progress. I have all the locks, all of the pots. I don't need the glasses anymore. Mana depends on things that can generate money. I'm not really concerned about train strength yet, I don't think. Quests don't help me until I find more of them. Every 5 short quests have loot. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave this on meet people for a bit. Let me see how much it can do with just the mana I have right now. 1. This is idle loops. Can it fit in 4? Okay, it just barely does 4. Now, I think I could set it to 4 and not tell it to repeat the last action and cause the loop to restart sooner, but I think if my stats get higher, it's possible while I'm idle I could fit in an extra meet people action. So I'm just going to let that go. I guess I'm not going to auto loot the short quest, so if it finds a new short quest, it'll check to see whether it has loot or not. And sometimes I suppose that might cause the loop to end early. But I think that's good to leave on for now. We're going to go from this. We just did idle wizard. Let's do idle superpowers, or let's do antimatter. Let me eyeball loops really quick. Still nowhere near having met everybody. Okay. I wonder if I can just meet everybody by just getting mana, because I don't need any other upgrades here. Here, I'm going to pause this real quick and make an adjustment. How many people can I meet? And the minimum number of pots even, I wonder. This doesn't care about anything else, right? Okay, I need to mess with this. It's probably like 30 pots. Let's try 30 exactly. I probably should have done this earlier, but I didn't think about doing it this way. Okay, so it's less than 30, 25 maybe. I just want to fill exactly one. I guess I'll turn off repeat last action here. 25 is still too much. Better than just getting exactly one person met. 20 is still too many. There's a thing here in the FAQ that says short runs seem better, which is I assume that's what that was talking about. Okay, 13 gets me there. Let's try 12. Does it. I think 12 is perfect. I wish I could tell how close it was to failing. I kind of just have to brute force it looks like. I think 11 did it too. Okay, I'm gonna try 10. $11 is fine. Okay. Idle loops. This seems to be really effective. Just doing exactly 11. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep letting that run and then hopefully we'll come back to it and see it at 50%. Peeking on idle loops really fast. People met's coming along. Slowly but surely we'll get there eventually. Alright, idle loops. 75% people met seems like a pretty good time to rethink my life here, maybe? I guess it's effectively giving me a ton of short quests, and now I have the option to investigate. But that doesn't use classes, apparently. Okay, hold on. How much? Let's try this at 30, maybe? This legendary is really expensive. That's exactly right, I think. 30 pots, 1 person, 1 investigate. I wonder, because it looks like I get long quests out of investigate. Imagine this game accelerates at some point once your orange stats get pretty high. I'm so interested in this one, but there's so little I can do at a time. It's truly idle a lot of the time, it feels like. Yeah, I'm excited to have exploration done. So it's going to be even better to have people met done. And I guess investigate done at some point. All right, well, that was idle loops. Look at loops. Wow, we got all kinds of stuff now. What's this? 28% investigated, 77% people met. Long quests. Okay. And all this stuff. So long quests are 30 gold and 1 reputation. Every 5 long quests have loots. Well, I can only auto cast one of them, right? I'll do it when I come back. I guess I could have the thing that's putting shards on the other spells when I come back to it. Take a break and socialize. Cost 2 rep. Unlocked at 30% investigation. Gives people met progress equal to 16 meet people actions. Oh, I've been doing this the stupid way, haven't I? I guess I didn't know that this was coming down the pike, so... Alright, well, in that case, let's just keep doing investigate then. 1,000 mana. Okay, so you're saying 20 pots should be enough? I'm just trying to get to 30% to unlock throw party. Warrior lessons. Learning to fight is important. You have a long journey ahead of you. Requires a rep of 2 or above. 20% investigated. Gives combat XP. Mystic. Magic XP. Heal the sick. Oh god. You won't be able to heal them. They'll be thankful for doing what you can. Healing is always 3 parts. Diagnose, treat, inform. Okay, so it's based on magic and times completed? Reputation of 1 or above. It requires 12 magic skill. Okay, it's also time completed. I think I get it. Gives gold. So rep and gold. So rep I consume on throwing a party. Okay. So let me figure this out. Smash pots, 50. Actually, I don't know how many locks I can pick before I get in trouble here. Before I run out of mana. Right. 2,500, and then this costs... So I should only be able to do... Oops. 6 locks, and then I have to sell if I'm reading you right. Guessing I mathed that wrong, but we'll find out. I guess it also costs mana to buy mana, right? Technically. Okay. So, do that, and then we do the rest of the locks. And then I guess we do quests. I just skip the locks entirely and just go straight to quests. What if I do long quest, short quest, mana? I guess I actually have to find long quests that have loot in them, which is going to take a second. Long as a long quest. Oh shit, that was the last cycle. 1,500. So I should be able to do 1. Need 30 pots to quickly check all the ones for loot. Yeah, let me just, well... I think this is probably fine as is. Right. 1,500 plus 600 is 2,100. Oh, really? There's a baseline? Okay. You start with 250. I want to just dump through all these long and short quests is my objective here. Find all the actual ones that produce loot. So I don't think I need 50, right? Because this is... So I have to do 42 pots, but I also have... I could skip 5 pots, so it's 37 pots, I think. See if that's right. I really thought there was more variability in this, that the stats were just going crazy with modifying the mana cost, but it sounds like it's not as bad as I thought. Yeah, I thought you started with like 51 mana or something, Terran, and that you had to smash exactly 1 pot. It's been a while since that first session. I thought you started with exactly enough to do 1 thing. Oh, you have to wander before you find pots? Okay. I thought you started with, like, pots around you. So I'm gonna watch this, I guess, until the long quests are cleared out, and then I'll change it to just do short quests. I wish I had a little bit more control over this and tell it to do like 3 different things in a row. Like, if number of long quests unexplored is less than 1, then use this loop instead or something like that. Ah, gotcha. I don't think it's come up for a minute. So I have 2 long quests with loot. Every 5 long quests has loot. Same as a short quest, okay. I think this FAQ thing says something about get warrior lessons to give yourself a permanent boost, which sounds cool. I'm pretty salty about throw party. I guess maybe the expectation is that you'll never try to max something when you first obtain it. You'll get an unlock and then try to do the unlock right away. But I was excited by the prospect of never having to wander again and never having to meet people again. Real life mood. It's almost done. I can click out of this. I think I only need 7 pots for a short quest. Okay, so I think then I can do 49 pots. What does this button do? It just makes you temporarily skip that step or something? And then 7 short quests. Sure that this actually works. So it just makes it so it's temporarily not used. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I calculated the base mana multiple times there. That was wrong. So it's actually I'm just gonna ignore the. I'm gonna pretend like the base mana doesn't exist. Otherwise, I can't do this. So we have 25. We'll do 4 from max, right? So. Yeah, right. Yeah, I could have just had a stupid party and just met everybody all at once. I'm gonna let this play out because it's almost done anyway. I think this is really just like 40, right? Two more loops, and then we'll try some of these other things here. So I'm guessing there's a total of 20 possible short quests. Probably tells me in the story section, right? Time is mana. Mage and warrior duo. 20 short quests with loot in a loop. 10 long quests. Got it. I wonder if something like this could work as like a first-person game rather than kind of a text idle game. I think it being idle is important to abstract away some of the annoyance, but something like this of starting in an area and the game restarting automatically every second and you having to do things to slowly build time seems kind of cool if you could find some way to automate the early parts. I guess you could just do what movies do in time loops where after you do it a certain number of times, it just skips you to the next checkpoint and you are assumed to have done it, you know, and they don't make you do it every single loop. All right, so in theory, we do 50 smash pots, and then we do a long quest and a short quest, and then buy mana, and then a long quest, and then maybe a couple short quests, and then buy mana, and then a long quest, and then a short, and then maybe the rest of the short quests, assuming I have enough mana at that point. I have a total of 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's just see if that plays correctly. If I have to make any adjustments before I add things after that. Look at this. I'm never going to run out of bonus seconds. That first session, I should have just let the game sit for a day before actually starting to play. If you turn this off, it's so slow. Okay, so that one's too aggressive. Let's try just 2. There's no way that's going to pay off enough for me to do the rest of them, right? 2, my best bet, maybe? I do like that the quests give you so many stats. That's kind of cool. Oh, is it 4 again? Yeah. I get confused very easily here when I go to adjust the rules that it actively wants me to restart it, which I guess makes sense. It was still in the middle of the old loop. Sometimes I'll make the adjustment right before it starts to loop, and I guess I didn't finish completing it until after the loop started. And I don't realize that I screwed it up until it was too late. It would be cool if the UI like highlighted discrepancies between your current action list and the currently running action list. That gives me more reputation than I need, I think. So it costs 2 to make this. So I can probably actually delete a couple of these here. Let's try throw party. I want to do the warrior lessons, but I really want to get the people met out of the way. Last action, I'm just going to use repeat last action on the list. You still don't know if you haven't... The circle doesn't calculate max possible given assumed mana at this stage in the list, right? It's just however many are over here that are still remaining. This isn't a repeat partying, which is a waste because I spend rep every time. So I need to party and then do something else, I guess. Or I need to spend my rep at the end by partying. Okay, so I think that means we put warrior lessons and mage lessons. It looks like I had a ton of time left there. Let's try this. Maybe this is an actual loop that I can set to run for the rest of stream. I see. Because the lessons just require you to have rep. They don't cause you to spend rep, right? So you gain the rep, you do something with it, and then you burn it. Wait, what? What did I break? If I have the mana to do both of them, I'll do both of them. Could probably squeeze more mana out after that. Can definitely do more than 4 quests there. Okay. Oh yeah, we're great. Let's try to do a couple of these then. Try upping this to like 6. Fight for your lives. Control the ether to cast and conjure. Oh, right, from the party. Yeah. Which I guess is fine, because it'll just add it to the list, but it also, I guess, is a partially wasted loop. Guess I can end on an investigate to just dump any remaining mana I have, because I still have investigation to do. Assuming there's not going to be an action that comes up that's like, gives you the value of 16 investigates. Magic level 2. What do I need? 12 magic, 10 combat. So I guess maybe you use this to get reputation instead of doing quests. You use this to get money instead of doing quests. I love this idea that this person has like done every quest in town, and they've abstracted the fact that a lot of the quests have shit rewards. Only doing the optimal quests on each loop. Oh, it did it again. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll put it on lootable first for now. Just, I like it removing them from the list for the future, but want to monitor it to make sure that it works okay, and then I'll move to another game here. I think I can keep raising this. I'll try. I think 12 is too much. I'll see how much 12 is, and then if I have to step it down and do another buy mana step. Spends 100. Okay, so I can do like one investigate step. I think investigate just gets me new long quests though, which as far as I can tell I don't need a lot of. I don't know what else I would put at the end. I guess eventually I'd replace it with fighting monsters and healing the sick once my stats are high enough. That's cool that those actually persist through the loop. So the main thing that persists at the beginning is just the knowledge of which quests, pots, and locks have resources behind them. Okay, so 6. Then I guess 6 again. Oh, it's very cute, Ben. It only shows the one threshold here. Oh, I guess 40%. Never mind. I assume this lists all of the possible unlock thresholds, right? So this means there's one at 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. This means there's nothing for throwing parties, obviously. Something if I get 10 long quests complete. Warwick the Mage. Iron the Combat Trainer. So it costs 600 to do a short quest and gives 20 gold. So 10 gold is 100 mana. No, 10 gold is 500 mana, so it's 1,000 mana per quest. So it's net 400 gained per short quest. Okay. Yeah, train strength, I feel like that's something you do in the end game, maybe. Because the only reason you're really doing that is to build talent when you're offline and idle, right? I think. Oh, people met is growing so much more efficiently now. Can the XP this gives you early in a loop meaningfully change the later tasks? Like, would it make warrior lessons go significantly faster? It seems like it's insanely expensive. Like, at what point does doing train strength once make warrior lessons fast enough to be worth the MP loss? Just confirming that this is all kosher, and then I'll get out of here. Okay. Suppose I could keep doing long quests to try to squeeze out more parties, but I think this will get me to 100% people met just fine. I see. Okay. Cool. Got it. So we did Idle Wizard.